Welcome, friends, to the 27th episode of Beneath the Five Kings, our playthrough of the Sky King's Tomb Adventure Path by Paizo. Why did the music just stop?
Oh, does that pause it for everyone? I'm sorry.
It sure does.
I paused it while you were speaking so that I could clearly hear you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Way
You
to
can just turn
go.
the
Right
volume
down
a
back
little bit.
there.
It depends on how you set it up when you set it up, because you can set it up as like shared controls, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, we're playing some Pathfinder 2nd Edition today. A little bit of Sky King's Tomb Adventure Path. I'm here with Lorna and Josh and Austin and Dylan and Sarah and Justin. My name's Brendan.
Hi, Brendan.
We are Crits and Cantrips. We've been playing this for a little while now. This is, like I said, 27 episodes, so, 30 or so weeks, probably.
You're about to say
established.
30 years. We're about 30 years
years.
in now. We do about one episode
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah. As children, that's how it felt. Like, it's like we were trying to get another session together, and they're like, how about 4 months from now on a Saturday? But yeah, no, we get to play about once a week, every
It's every other week now. At the best. Yeah.
at best. But we have taken a couple weeks off, so we're kind of coming back to this. We're gonna have to kind of remember where we were. But we could do a quick banter topic off the top of the hour and then get to it. Josh, did you have something?
Remember where you were in light of recent events.
The Alamo?
You know, what's a historical
Making this
moment?
political. Oh, okay.
No. What's a historical moment that you can think of that you remember distinctly where you were when it took place?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty tired of all these historical events happening in my life.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
shit.
true.
I'm tired of being in the history book. This shit
Same.
sucks.
I'm
Tired,
sure,
Grandpa. That's too
Too
damn
damn
bad.
bad. Keep digging.
It's very true.
Okay.
I have a good
Uh,
answer for this one.
Brendan does
I'll
too.
share.
Brendan's excited. I
Oh,
can
know
tell.
what you're
Share.
gonna
It was a balmy summer's day, and I was wearing my Boy Scout uniform, trekking through Boy Scout camp, and somebody turned towards the group of us that were like walking by, and they're like, "Did you hear? Michael Jackson died."
Oh my god, that's mine too. I swear to God.
And that's everybody at Boy Scout camp was talking about that whole week, is that Michael Jackson died. But it's just like, yep, I know exactly where I was, because I was like walking down Cardiac Hill Boy Scout camp, and they're just like, "Did you guys hear? You guys hear?" And there's like, "Oh no!" And it's all everybody talked about the whole week, and we thought it was fake because everybody was like not connected to the outside world, and we're just like, surely not, right? Like, how could that happen?
I'm just gonna go right after because it's the same event. That's wild. I was trying to think of something that wasn't boring, like COVID started. I was at my sister's softball game. It was sunny out. Yep, like you said, it was balmy, sunny. It's like an evening, and yeah, I was at the softball game, watching the softball game. Everybody like checked their phones or whatever. Like, oh, Michael Jackson died. Oh, that's
I was
crazy.
also at a baseball
I don't
game.
really like. I didn't. Like, it wasn't that significant for me. Like, I don't want to say I didn't care, but like, it was. I remember it being a bigger deal to everyone else than it was to me. You know.
Were smartphones out when Michael Jackson died?
I'm looking it up now. It was
Yeah.
it was June 25th, 2009.
Oh,
They were very early. Like they
Working
were
on it?
very
Yeah.
primitive.
Yeah, so I would have been
thing.
not very.
I
Mine
got
was.
up my telegram and I told my mom.
I think that remember that service Cha Cha where you like texted it questions and it would spit back
Yeah.
answers. I feel like that was 2009 sort of smartphone energy.
It's true.
Yes.
Someone at that baseball game was just texting Cha Cha. I was like, "Is Michael Jackson still alive?" And they're like, "No."
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Lorna wants to go next.
Mine is I was at a field trip at the Center for Puppetry Arts in Atlanta, which is conveniently located next door to the CDC in Atlanta. And
bird
all
flu?
of a sudden, every adult starts completely losing their shit, and I don't know why. And it's because 9/11 is actively happening.
I
as
also
we were
thought of
next-
9/11.
So, I remember being upset because I was so excited to be at the Center for Puppetry Arts, and everybody started getting all the adults got very upset, and then said we all had to get right back on the bus and go right back to school, and I did not understand why, and it's because of The Twin Towers falling. Two towers? Now I'm getting Lord of the Rings references.
The two towers, yeah.
It's because of
You
the
lost
Return of the
two
King.
towers.
And then I was like, which is the Lord of the Rings and which is that?
I like
That's
that
incredible.
the two sides of the brain is Michael Jackson or 9/11.
Well, it's like I was 2001. I was 4, so I don't remember that.
2001.
2001, yeah, I was 4. Yeah.
Oh, I heard 2004 and I was like,
No, yeah, 2001. I was yeah.
Christmas Day 2004. The Twin
that might be Twin Tower. If the return or
Return of the Twin Towers.
Two
It's
Towers.
Lord of the Rings, the two
I
towers.
like a bad sci-fi movie.
I can't decide which is
Sharknado
real life
brings
and
the
which is
Twin
Lord of the
Towers.
Rings.
With
There
Twin
you go.
Towers. The World Trade Center towers. Okay, Sarah, if you're also 9/11,
Yeah, so my mom had a daycare, and basically like all the kids were like lining up for the school bus, and she basically just like came outside very frenzied and like had everybody like come back inside.
Watch it
And
on TV.
she basically just like, well, I think it's funny because like she's like a daycare provider, so she probably shouldn't like tell these kids they can't go to school, but basically she just like told everyone they weren't going to school that day, and she kept them inside. We all watched it on the TV at home.
I mean, honestly, most schools send kids home anyway, so that was like smart on your mom.
She
Yeah,
was just forward thinking.
High
Like
school
I,
didn't
we,
send us
we
home.
got back from the field trip, and then I immediately just went home.
yeah, I remember getting sent home too and wondering why all the adults were upset.
yeah.
Wait,
It's so
Justin, you went
like-
to school that day? Like you guys just went along normal?
Oh
as if
yeah.
nothing happened?
Were
I
you
mean,
in?
so I was in BFE Southwest Kansas.
Okay.
So like there was no like potential targets anywhere that we
Yeah.
would have been in any sort of danger. But yeah, so mine would be the same. So it was 5th grade, and we had started to where our classes would rotate for teachers for different subjects, and we were sitting outside waiting for math class, and we were waiting longer than normal. We just, we didn't think much of it. But then as the other class was coming out, they were like, yeah, we just sat and watched the news. Like, there's something big going on. We didn't do anything. And so we were kind of like, oh, cool. Easy day in class.
Watching
And then
the news.
whenever we were watching, like, what was going on, I was like, oh, shit. Some big shit going on.
Yeah, sure is.
It's like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Let's go.
And then, like, the rest of the day, I don't think we really did much. I think we had, like, some, like, still activities to do, but yeah, it was a weird day.
That
So
is
this-
beyond my ability to remember.
Ditto.
That's like 1st grade. I'm just like, I probably went to class. I don't know.
You youngins.
I know. Now
Old.
Dylan has to decide 9/11 or Michael Jackson.
And
Oh,
then
no.
Romeo.
No, you guys are all silly. No, mine is gay marriage being
Oh,
Oh, what a good one!
right by the Supreme Court. I was on a mission trip in Arizona, not Arizona, but New Mexico.
I was hoping it was Christianity related.
Yep. I was in a van full of Christians.
That's amazing.
About half of them groaned and half of them cheered.
Oh,
And that's a good population of our society.
yeah, that's accurate.
It was fairly split. I remember one of the groaners saying, "Oh, we might as well marry turtles."
Oh my god.
Jimmy,
I
who
remember that.
was that?
It was a child.
the-
It was a kid that was my age.
It was a
but-
child.
what was
And that child today is
what was the
married to a
initials of
turtle.
that child? Or was it someone that I would have known?
No, that was someone from like
Okay, that
Iowa
was
or
someone
something.
outside the. Okay. I was trying to picture high school, but all right, cool. It's funny, interesting. Okay, it's a good one.
What year was that?
2014.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's much more recent.
That's crazy
Yeah.
how recent that is. And think we're about to get that right
Unfortunately.
taken away. Oh, so soon. A
Redo.
decade later.
Legal nationwide on June 26, 2015.
2015.
I would say I think I was in college. That's crazy. Yeah, definitely in college.
Yeah, we were in college.
Cool.
Maybe we should bring back Bernie Sanders.
Jesus.
What's
can
he up
bring
to
him back.
nowadays?
I think he's pretty much in the
Probably
same
happier.
position he was at that point. Not really
He's
think
still in
much
that
is
chair
ringing
to
back
this
there.
day. With the mittens.
I do love
Kitten
the
mittens.
What a different world it was in 2015. It's so
Yup.
much simpler.
That's when
Oh.
Dylan and I graduated. 2015
Mhm.
high school.
I felt so much less hopeless. So much more hopeful.
So much more hope.
Before
Wow.
Josh.
No, my brain is melting. I went to call a client today, and Josh tried to call me earlier in the day, and I declined the call. And I went and I was like, I need to call this client. But while the phone was ringing, I was thinking about calling Josh. And so when a woman answered, I was like, hello? And I called her. And she goes, this is so and so. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I said, I did mean to call you, but in my head, I was calling my husband, and I was very confused when a woman answered.
Did you lock the house?
Wow! Throwback.
If you want to know where mentally I am today, that's
good.
where I am. So
Sounds like the
Feel
perfect mindset to play make believe.
Exactly.
Make
Exactly.
believe.
So I'm gonna force you guys to have a lot of conversations with a lot of different NPCs
I'm ready.
that we met 2 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. I don't even
Wait,
know. At
Josh
this point.
It was 3
answered
weeks. It was 3 weeks,
the
yeah.
icebreaker.
What?
Josh didn't.
Oh, Josh
Oh,
didn't
Josh
go.
didn't go. Please go, Josh.
You guys should just go at the same time because you have one camera. You're basically one person.
Well,
We're
I
not
remember.
basically one person.
I remember where I was for 9/11. I don't remember where I was for Michael Jackson dying.
What about gay
and
marriage?
Gay marriage?
I don't really remember where I was for gay marriage. either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Homophobe.
I know.
Why was it Alex?
Let's be honest. All three of those times, Josh was probably on the toilet. I'm just kidding.
Google Photos, I could probably tell you where I was June 26,
But
2015.
you know where I was when I learned that Trump got shot? On
On
the
the toilet.
toilet. Lorna and I were supposed to be having a game night with a friend. And she was taking an eyeball out, of course, so she wasn't there, but the friend still came over and we played 2-player games. And
They had a cute little date night.
we
Well,
did.
I was taking an eye out.
And I went to the restroom and I hop on my phone and it says, former President Donald Trump has been shot. And I'm like, or is suspected to have been shot. And I'm like, what? And I get out of the restroom and I look at the guy and the guy looks at me and we're both like, we can tell that the other person knows.
It's the same thing.
The same thing. And he's like, so Trump got shot. I'm like, yeah,
That's a fun moment.
I didn't expect to see
Crazy.
that.
You can see that in a man's eyes.
Yeah, you can see when a former president has been shot in a man's eyes.
I was with my grandparents about to turn on the UFC fights. My mom texted me. She's like, "You watching the news?" I was like, "No." Turn on the news. Whoa, that's
I
crazy.
know where Brendan and Sarah were.
Get in a fight. Get in a
I was
fight.
knee deep in a Guinness.
I think Josh texted me,
I wish
and
I
I
had
looked
some
up at my
Guinness.
phone, and I see like Trump has been shot, and then a second text comes through, and I feel it buzz, and I look down, and it's like, or no, did you call me?
No, I texted
Okay,
you. I said
and
not
then it's
dead
like,
though.
and then the next one is not fatally though.
Yeah,
I was
that's he got shot. Pause for dramatic effect. He's fine though. Oh, okay.
No, which honestly better because if he
You're-
had
yeah,
gotten killed,
you're
he would have
thankful for him.
become a actual martyr and probably would have
It would've
made
been
it
bad, yeah.
100 times
It
worse.
would have been
so.
bad on multiple levels. Yeah.
Yep.
I
But-
honestly think, as much as I don't like the man, it probably is better he be alive than and not a
Yeah. No, 100%.
literally turn into Jesus.
But no, what I really remember, the historical thing, is I remember where I was when Disney purchased LucasArts.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Were you at Disney World?
No,
Wait, on the toilet?
no.
Were you at a frisbee game?
I believe I was in my childhood house sitting in the basement playing video games with my brother when it was announced. And I was like, and we're like, there's gonna be new Star Wars movies.
And they're gonna be
That's
so
very
good, and nothing can bring my spirits down.
There's no
What
way
is
that
episode?
they'll ruin this.
I swear Josh just said Scooby Doo when he did that voice. just now.
Scooby Doo, where are you?
Scrappy Doo.
Nice. We'll get scrappy.
And then
How's the music ended?
then the sequel trilogy happened. I remember
Hey,
where I was.
Speak for
when
yourself.
watched
I
Rise
loved
of
the sequel
Skywalker.
trilogy.
I know, Justin. Everyone has a bad taste or two, but you have 3.
I don't love it.
Um,
It's not my favorite, but it's not.
I remember
watched-
where I was when I watched the prequel trilogy.
Were you at the theater?
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
I remember where I saw the first Lord of the Rings movie for the first time.
Wow.
Me
me
too.
was there.
Me too. I was there.
Yeah, my brother's basement.
That's true,
Touche.
technically.
Touche.
Oh,
Not the
wow.
whole thing, but that's good.
Just the tip.
Just enough for Sarah to be like, yeah, I think I want to watch this. It's so
Might be
homey.
worth it.
It's so
That is the
homey.
cozy part of the movie.
Yeah.
Cozy
Yeah,
vibe.
the trilogy. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're about to witness another historical moment, a historical festival of sorts.
Of sorts.
So last session, when we played 100 years ago, the 5 of you have come finally to the Lore Family Festival, this event that you've been talking about for weeks. So that you remember that kind of the premise for this whole story is that all of you have been brought to High Helm and asked to come to this festival for various reasons through various contacts that you've met throughout the city, but you're asked to come to this family festival and participate kind of in this celebration of dwarven culture that happens every single year. In the process of doing that, you met with the gnome Rhea, and she asked you all to kind of create some history of your own. So you kind of set off and did a number of quests and tasks and jobs throughout High Helm and got some reputation around yourselves. And that's how you met the dwarf Krohan, who is kind of a disgraced former member of Clan Talor. And you aided him on his quest to retrieve this dagger and this gemstone from the Darklands, from like beneath High Helm. So that's kind of all led up to this party finally happening, and you all come to this event. Like I mean, you really don't have, a task necessarily at this party. You're here to have fun. You know you were brought here for a reason, and they've kind of got some light conversation happening, some appetizers and stuff being brought out. There was a number of people that you could kind of talk to, and we went through like kind of a round which represents like about an hour of just conversations, like meeting people around the party. You talked a little bit to a couple of you talked to Rhea and learned a little bit more about her and her affinity for the dwarves and for magic and for the dwarves called Rivathuns that speak kind of to their ancestors. Orpheus talked to Rosha Coppervein, who is a powerful arcanist, but kind of an introverted soul, and she had kind of a interesting situation with an oath carver in the past, like a broken engagement of sorts. And Huang, who transformed into her kitsune form, talked to the the mystic lizard folk named Valahask a little bit. You guys have kind of just started these conversations at this party. And then right before we left off, a dwarf, kind of serious looking dwarf by the name of Ygrin Oathcarver walks in, and kind of a hush falls on the crowd. Everyone's kind of murmuring about, it's like, oh, I can't believe he came back after what happened last year. Apparently he's not very well liked among the crowd here, but he's an important figure, and so he's invited to this party nonetheless. So that's kind of where we left off. We were doing
Initiative,
it's
right?
kind of, yeah, we're in initiative. It is the influence subsystem. So basically you guys have the opportunity every round to discover more about someone, basically try to find out what skills you could use to influence them, what things that they might be willing to talk to you, like what weaknesses they might have, like what things they might frequently talk about, and what resistances they might have, what things they don't want to talk about. Or you could try to influence them. You can, if you already know the skill that you want to use, or if you just want to try and guess and try to get some favor with them, you can roll a skill check to try and just gain some influence with that person. And that might mean that they give you more information, or that might mean that at some point during this sort of mini game, some during this event, they'll be willing to help you in a way that they wouldn't have normally been able to. Like they wouldn't have been willing to if you didn't have that rapport with them.
Excellent.
So, we played through like kind of one round of this conversation last time. Oh, I forgot. Angoric also talked to his father. He talked to his father about Rosha and Coppervein, got some information about her. So we went through one round of this whole conversation, and if you know what you want to do, we could start off with Walkroon again, or if you guys want to kind of touch base and see what everybody thinks after one round of that, you guys can all chat amongst yourselves too.
I think kind of regathering is probably not a bad idea to kind of share what we've learned so far, casual mingling. But I think before leaving, Walkroon would probably, 'cause I feel like we already have, like we've kind of already influenced Ria a little bit, like we already have a decent relationship with her. So Walkroon might go up and like after Yigerin walks in, he might and if I don't know if Walkroon would know anything about him just by default, but regardless, he would lean down and go, "Ria, why does it seem like everyone got quiet when that man walked in? What's the story behind him? I heard someone whispering about what happened last year. I can't say that I remember exactly what happened last year though with him. So just trying to get some more information on him."
He's kind of just a big bully, isn't he? He tries to get in arguments with people, anyone he finds inferior to himself. And that's what almost got him thrown out last year. He was arguing, I want to say it was with Rosha Coppervein about something.
Aye, and Rosha's the one right over there, right? Talking to our friend Orpheus.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to be more specific. I can hardly see over all the people in this crowd.
Ah, that's a good point. I apologize. Here, let me just pick you up. I'm kidding, I'm not doing that. All right, all right, Ria, I appreciate it. I'm sure we'll bump into each other again. And I kind of look around the crowd.
I hope so.
Yeah, I kind of look around the crowd and try to make eye contact with the rest of all of us to see if we don't want to maybe gather together again and kind of. We won't have to roleplay all of it, but Josh took pretty good notes in the Google Doc about what we spoke about with each person, I think. So there's some good information there. But that's a way for us to canonically all know all of the things, I would say.
Yeah.
What is
like
Yeager? Is he like coming down and just like mingling like normal? Are people wanting to chat with? Like, are people talking to him, or is he kind of being avoided, or kind of what's the vibe of the party now that he's in here?
Yeah, I think he comes in and he does find like a group of people to talk to. I think maybe Angoric and his father would recognize most of the people that he's with. He wears the robes and the holy symbol of a priest, so he finds some more some other priests to kind of chat with. But it's, if you're being real perceptive, you might still get the idea that most people still don't want to talk to him. Like, it's like kind of a forced politeness kind of thing.
Just banned someone in the chat. See ya, dude.
Aw.
They sent a link for cheap viewers.
Oh.
And it didn't auto kick them. I need to try to remind me to
Come back.
Holy shit.
figure that out. I should auto ban people that send links. So yeah, okay. So if we kind of notice that we're chatting about it, then I don't know how much I should be doing with my turn, but I might look to Angoric and be like, "Hey, Angoric, it looks like he's over there with some of the more holy types. You might have something to speak with him about." And then he kind of turns around and looks at Elnat. He's like, Elnat, you might join him. I feel like the two of you are probably the most apt to speak with him.
Not a bad idea.
And then I would maybe mention to Orpheus too. Orpheus, I saw you over there speaking with Rosha. I think she might have some sort of a connection to him. I don't know. Ria seems to think there's some sort of connection there. I don't know if you picked up on anything. But I think we should continue to mingle around and see if we can't build some influence with people. And then he maybe leans around a little bit and looks past Angoric and goes, "Hi, Angoric's dad.
Oh, hello there.
Hell of a beast you raised here."
Don't I know it? I only hope he finds love before he turns 100.
Oh, he's got this gnome side piece actually. They went to a waterfall, saved my life, and then they were out by your church, saved my life again. It was the craziest thing. I
thought
drank.
she was a halfling. Who
He's
up
not a
to?
gnome.
Oh,
He's a
halfling, gnome, they're all the same. But
Oh,
I
no.
drank this Christmas tea, and he had to save my life because of it. It was the craziest thing you ever did see.
What the hell is Christmas tea?
I got some here. Actually, Huang! He yells up the stairs. Huang! Christmas tea!
Oh, we better not get distracted. You kids run along now.
You see Wong's like fox ears like twitch and pop over the crowd.
Man. Okay. I feel like I've done a lot on my turn, so unless
Uh-huh.
there's something mechanically I should be doing.
It's just, I mean,
I don't remember
These-
what the rules are
these-
for each round.
these turns take place over the course of like an hour.
Right.
So if you guys want to say that you talked to each other and you made a plan, that's fine. And then we can go through everyone's turns again.
Fine.
Do we want to actually, like, outside of character, talk through who we think we should talk to next, like, by person, now that we know interests? I think it does make sense that Elnat and Angoric maybe try to go talk to Ygrin with the religion thing.
That's where I was planning on
Um,
like moseying to next.
So that leaves myself, Orpheus, Karu, and Huang. What did we learn about this this older lady, Bulgra? Veldox? Did we talk to
Who?
the one that's
Bulgra
just
Popodolo?
the one that's right next to Angoric, the older lady there?
I don't think anybody really asked any questions about her.
Okay.
But
So we
she's the leader of the clan Tlor. Like she's like putting on the
Oh.
festival.
Okay. So she's an option. We could probably talk to Rosha more specifically about Ygrin, maybe. Did we? Bit of an introvert, trouble engaging conversation, plays hammer toss, talented arcanist. So maybe Karu, magic arcanist. Is that maybe a decent? Maybe like maybe Orpheus again and Karu to Rosha,
Oh, to Rosha. Yeah.
and then I can go where Angoric is and talk to the older lady. And then maybe Huang with me too, since we don't really know what her deal is. Maybe she likes foxes. Old people like small animals.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
She's a bit of a
I guess-
silver fox herself, if you know what I mean.
I guess, okay, what did we learn about Vahalsk? What did he like? Did we...
Occultism and medicine.
Occultism and medicine. Okay. Well, then
Which
maybe...
medicine-
I'm all about
very accomplished.
occultism.
I was about to say, maybe Karu goes up there then and chats with him some more. He might be super interested in a doll walking up to him.
I know I am.
Touche. So that would leave... Orpheus, do you have someone else that you want to talk to, or do you want to keep talking to Rosha? It's pretty much Rosha or the old lady. And then wherever you don't go, I can go the other way.
I can talk to the old lady.
Okay, so if you talk to the old lady, I'll move down to Rosha. And then Huang, where would be a good place for you? I mean, I guess you could talk to Rhea again. She just likes to hear our stories. Or you could come talk to the old lady or Rosha with me or Lorna too, I would guess.
I thought you said old ladies like foxes.
Old ladies do like foxes. So you want to go down to old lady then?
I do.
Can I move people around on the map just for my organization? Are you guys okay with me moving your characters around?
I'm cool
I
with
think I
that.
already
Yeah.
moved mine, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're Orpheus and Goric. I'm gonna send you up here. No, on that, I'm gonna send you up here. Oh god, I lost everything. And Goric, you're going up to talk to Ygrin, right?
No, I'm gonna talk to my dad.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then Karu, you were up with this guy. And so we've left Rhea. Okay. That works. Rhea's she's already cool with us. Okay. I will tap out now. Or should I
Except it's your
talk to
turn.
Rosha? Is it okay? I didn't know if I still okay.
Yeah. I mean, we could rearrange the initiative every time if you want, but it's probably just easier to go.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if I
Reroll initiative
wanted to
every
count
turn.
all that I just did as going. But all right. So yeah, if I go up to Rosha, I might say, "Hey, Rosha, I saw you over there speaking with my good friend Orpheus. There's a good guy there. I was like, how are you enjoying the party so far? A bit of a crowd, if you ask me. A bit too many people.
Oh yeah, I recognize you from around these parts. Remember, she's a little Bostonian.
Oh yeah, I remember. You sound like you're from Boston.
Yeah,
It's very
that's
interesting.
What to do you?
Right. What's it to ya? She
Ah.
goes, I think I've seen you around these parts before. You're one of them rune benders, ain't ya?
Ah, yeah, that's right. That's right. Maybe I've seen you around as well. Big mountain, lots of people.
Indeed, it is. What are you talking to me for?
Yeah, I just making small talk with everybody. I kind of hey, how we doing? You know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah, okay.
no,
You see,
I
we all
just
drew straws,
yeah.
and I lost.
So yeah, so I was just I was curious. You see that fella up there who just walked in? I spoke with my friend Ria, and it sounds like he's kind of a bit of a jerk, but I was just curious. Do you know anything about him?
She's gonna be like, oh, Torag's beard, and she's gonna try and hide behind you, and just like
Okay, yeah, I kind of
make
stand in
yourself
front
not
of
be
her.
seen.
Yeah.
Make yourself not be seen, and she's like, that guy's a real low life. He makes my life miserable anywhere he goes. All because I wouldn't marry his grandnephew or some junk.
Oh, no kidding. How long ago was that? I lost my accent again. I got to get it back by talking longer.
Oh, it's long enough that it should be water under the bridge.
Okay, well that's good, I guess. Well, I don't really know what to tell her. The problem is, I guess we're just trying to make friends, right? Like that's the end goal is that we're just trying to make friends. And
So you
I
still
don't
have the
like making new
option
friends.
To either, mechanically, you have the option to either try and discover more about her with a secret check or influence her with just a skill of your choice.
I think it's time to start trying to influence people. Since we've already had one round with them. So we know that yeah,
Go
yeah.
time.
I don't want to be here much more than a couple hours, hopefully.
I mean, you could bail anytime you want.
Yeah. I know it sounds like Arcana is probably a skill that I could use. Potentially Society. With her playing like Hammer Toss, I would maybe argue. I mean, I'm not gonna roll Society because I have a +0 to that, but I'm just speaking out loud. I don't feel like it's very fair to just use esoteric lore for everything, but I mean, I probably could try to talk to her about something. I would notice that she's got, I don't know, maybe like magic-looking things on her, and go, bring that up in conversation, and pull out the old chalice, to kind of show her my piece. And maybe attempt an Arcana check to try to influence her, have a conversation about that.
Sure.
That's not secret, is it? Or is it?
No, not if you're trying to influence.
Okay. So
I will say, I'll give you guys. I don't know if I gave you a full description of the character before, but
Okay.
So this dwarf is covered in geometric tattoos that glow with a faint blue light, tracing along her left jawline and ends at kind of this carefully groomed, like peach fuzz kind of at their chin. So like this, she's kind of got a little bit of fuzz on her
Dwarven
jaw.
thing, yeah.
Dwarven beard.
Dwarven thing. Yep. But and she's obviously kind of keeping to herself, staying away from the majority of the crowds. But yeah, go ahead. You're gonna roll Knowledge Arcana. So go ahead and roll that.
I have a +6 in this, so it's not my greatest, but I feel like I can maybe do something with it. So give it a shot. That's not bad. 22. Rolled a 16.
Oh yeah.
So, so you guys will kind of start having a conversation. You know, she's like, Rune Binder. She's like, you specialize in magical wards and stuff like that, right? Like your clan is pretty infamous for doing some arcane.
Yeah, the clan is known for their throat singing magic. It's not something I ever really latched onto, but yeah, the wards, the whole 9 yards, as they say in Five Kings Mountain. I noticed you got the tattoos, clearly magical in nature. The cool, not only glow in the dark, but glow in the light. That's pretty impressive. But yeah, that's rune binders. That's who we are.
Yeah. She's like, I've been working on perfecting magical tattoos. See, and she's like, I got some like tattoos that like seem to kind of like change and shift a little bit. And she's showing them, and some of them light up. And she's like, they don't all have properties yet, but I think I might have a tattoo guardian on my hands here before too long.
Yeah, excellent. I might have to. Do you do any tattoos? Do you give them out to anyone? Yeah. I might have to come see you one of these times. This could be mighty useful. I've seen and heard of.
Yeah, you've heard of the blue waters?
I've seen water that's blue. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
No, waters.
Oh, you're saying water wrong. I got it. Ward. Yeah, the ones who give out the wards.
Yeah.
That are blue. Yeah. No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. So she's like, there's a kind of a famous group of tattooed wizards around High Helm.
Okay.
She's like, that's us.
You're part of the crew, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Hi, and you all do it. You all able to give out the things, the tattoos. You're all the artists.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got all kinds of skills. You should just look at my sheet.
I'd like to look in your sheet. You know what I'm saying?
Sheet. Yeah, no, it's not funny. That's not funny, man. What's wrong with you?
Sorry, Ria. Yeah, I'll get you a glass of water.
All right, but yeah, I think you've definitely gained some influence there for your nice knowledge arcana check.
Even though you invited yourself into her bedroom at the end.
Yeah, well, you're ruining it.
So at that point, we went kind of like breaking the fourth wall. She said cheat, so I broke the fourth wall and was lost in there for a second. So not that I've done that to anybody ever, but.
So we'll flash over to Elnat, see what Elnat's up to. Who he's talking to.
Oh, Ygrin.
You're the person I have the most pictures of.
Ygrin.
This is the thing that Justin is having a hard time coming up with what to, because I know that he's, talking, he's more of a religious person. Do I know, let me look
Talk to him about gay marriage and its legalization.
Do I know what he's what deity he's a priest of?
Give me a religion check.
Okay. Where's my?
He does have a holy symbol.
He does.
Yeah, it's not gonna be difficult for you.
Religion is a +8, so that's a 19 on religion there.
Yeah. So you're a dwarf. You're familiar with the whole dwarven pantheon, and so you know the story of Drongvit. Drongvit. Drongvit is was supposed to be Torag, the leader of the dwarven pantheon. Drongvit was supposed to be Torag's first wife, but he spurned her and instead married Fulgrit.
Ooh, I know that.
Who is the mother of mercy and Angoric's deity. He spurned her, and so Drongvit is like the dwarven deity of like oaths, debts, and revenge.
So it was a good call that Angoric didn't go up there.
And it's just like one of those things. It's like dwarven society recognizes that it's necessary to have someone that keeps track of the debts that are owed and the people who collect on them. And they're like, but it's not a popular religion because it's not like revenge is a popular emotion that they want.
Right.
It's like not a popular deity, but it is a necessary deity.
Right.
So he is the priest of Drungvit, if you ask anyone around Highhelm.
Okay.
There's a lot of vigilantes that are associated with that religion.
So I will approach him, and I will be. I'm assuming that like dwarves who are more religious probably have some sort of like formal greeting or something, and me knowing that he is a higher priest for that, I'll approach him, and I'll probably do some sort of a, you know, respective dwarven greeting. Is that what it is? Is the folding
It's-
on it? Okay.
Ohio Rizzler. No, yeah. So you can greet him respectfully.
Yeah. Hello, Ygrin. My name is Elnat Largehand. Clan. Justin's forgetting his clan.
Clan Elnat.
Yeah, Clan Elnat. Sorry, it's been a long day.
Clan
But yes. How are you enjoying the festivities this evening? They're hoping to find someone to enjoy some good conversation with.
Well met, Elnat. He says, I believe I've seen your family around Highhelm before. He says it is a good line that you're from. It is much more worthy companionship than some of these other layabouts.
Ooh.
He'll give a little chuckle and yeah, I understand what you are saying. My friends down there are good people, but can't always relate to them, as I'm sure you can understand.
Yes, I do think we may find a lot to talk about tonight. So
We could
the
go
next
on
question
all
would be, are you trying to discover more about him, like find out what skills that you could use or some weaknesses maybe, or are you trying to influence him right off the bat?
I would like to get more information about him, so learn more about him and see what can be used.
Okay, so are you trying to leverage maybe some religion, maybe just a perception check? Like, what are you trying to do to get some more information about him?
I'm gonna go with perception.
Okay.
I was going between perception or religion, because they're the same, but I think perception would be a little bit more in the moment, whereas religion might be maybe a little bit more historical, so that might save that.
Okay.
So perception, 14 on the die, plus 8, 22 for perception.
So the discovery checks are secret checks.
Oh, sorry,
to make
I
them.
forgot about
That's
that.
right.
Here,
What
you can
what'd you say
erase
your
that.
bonus
Mine is a plus 8 on perception. It's been a minute since we played this game, and I forgot about the secret check.
Okay, so I think you talked to him for a little bit. So like I said, with the discovery check, are you looking for a skill to influence him? Maybe one of his resistances or one of his weaknesses. You can find out like one piece of information with that.
Yeah. And the weakness was like what will really get them go on like their favorite thing to talk about, right? Like that's what the weakness was.
Yeah. So like a resistance is something that you want to avoid because it's like something that he's gonna be hesitant to talk about.
Okay.
And a weakness is something that you might want to do to make future checks easier.
I'll do that one. The weakness to make things easier. Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you, and you probably know this just from speaking to him for a very short amount of time, that he likes to pick on people. If you can find him a target to pick on, then he's going to be more likely to talk to you. Like if you point out something about someone, then he might jump on that, and in doing so, he might give you useful information.
Okay. Okay. Please. And can I go ahead and use that information?
Yeah, so that'll be your check for this round. So like,
Okay.
that's the information that you found. If you want to keep talking to him, you can. But
Yeah. I'll keep talking. Let me going back to some of the rumors that I had.
Oh.
That's a good call. Everyone should double check their rumors. Good shout, Justin.
It's probably a little ways up on everybody's sheets. I need
Should
to
be
do
pinned.
Yeah,
some-
I had
think you have
to
pinned.
go and do a search.
Brendan pinned it on mine, so on the top right I can click the little pin icon and see it.
Ooh, smart.
He might have done that for everyone. I assume he didn't give me
Yeah.
special treatment. He might have.
I might have. I think.
Mine is not, but I was able to find it.
Yeah, you got.
Whoops.
I think Justin's got like 3 different things pinned, so you have to
That's
scroll
fair.
down.
It was November 16th, 2023 is when Brendan sent me my rumors, so that might help anyone else
Wow.
find theirs if they want to mess with that.
That's wild. November of last year.
That's so smart, just especially for someone who wants to pick on someone. I heard a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard a rumor.
See what I did
I
there?
want to see that.
Elnat will he's still gonna like kind of give this guy some space, but he'll kind of get enclosed and kind of mumble under his breath. York down there. Traveled with him. His name is Angoric. He's been he's been courting a young woman here in town, and you know, from what I've heard, he may be packing some heat, but I've seen his game. I think he's probably I don't think he's known the touch of a woman.
Does Angoric canonically have a huge penis?
It's up to you,
I think-
man.
I think
This was the rumor I was given.
we won't find out until there is a sex scene between Angoric and another character.
We're doing the ERP. All right.
That's right. We won't
Okay,
know.
throw it in the notes. Angoric has a huge schlong.
Okay, that's great. I think his eyes will kind of alight on Angoric, and he'll see the holy symbol of Fulgrit around his neck,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll kind of like,
Oh no.
you know, do like the Dickens character, like, ooh, yeah, exactly. It's like, but yeah, I forgot to give you guys. I should give you a more accurate, like, physical description of this guy too. So Ygrin wears these dark red robes with gold trim. He's got his religious symbol of Drangvit displayed prominently. And he kind of has this judgmental gaze that kind of like sweeps over everyone and makes a lot of people uncomfortable and they have to look away. But his graying hair like recedes into a very severe widow's peak. And like, you know, like you can see that there's like these, yeah. Think like Austin, but worse.
No.
Yeah, exactly. And he seems to be kind of sensitive of it. Like he kind of like tries to like not look like straight on people when he's looking at them. But like, yeah, so he's kind of got he's a very holier than thou kind of person too. Kind of walking in.
This is AI art or from the book?
This is AI art, but it's also very close.
It looks really good. It looks really
It
good.
worked out. It worked out really well. He has a much. I'll show you at some point. I'll show you the picture from the book because his widow's peak is pretty severe. But okay.
Parking lots, my grandma calls them. As a hairdresser.
Parking lot?
Yeah, you got like parking lots. Parking spots in your head.
Pretty good.
It is
Back a whole semi to
Angoric's
that.
turn next to chat up some homies.
Father,
Yes, my boy.
Ygrin's here.
I know. Unfortunately, all of the priesthood is invited to an event like this. Not just the ones we like.
That's true. But after what happened last year, why has he got to be here this year?
Well, the Mother of Mercy teaches us that apparently he just gets to come. I don't know.
Mother of Mercy also teaches us that, well, Drangvit is necessary. Those that follow her must make sure not to fall into the trap of, you know,
Petty revenge?
A petty revenge. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yes. I am wise.
Shown time and time again that he has fallen into that.
Yes, I am wise.
Yes, there's a talk amongst the church, you know. I shouldn't be telling you this. Oh. It's Rubius Hagrid when he looks at the camera and he goes, should not have told you that. I shouldn't be telling you this, but the rumor is that his hairline is so far back because he grows little horns from his head at night. It's nothing
That's
but a silly
ridiculous.
rumor. It's nothing but a silly rumor. Dwarves don't have horns.
Mhm.
What are we? Unicorns?
Those are real.
No, we're unidwarves.
Oh!
I'm glad to see my sense of humor has passed on to at least one of my many thousands of foster children.
Thousands of foster children. Where are these foster children, Father? It was just me.
Well, that's what
I
your
love-
mother and I told you. No,
We
it's-
love you all equally.
No, I don't think he says that. But he's glad to see my sense of humor is passed on to you.
I as well, Father. I as well. What can you tell me about the lizard man over there?
That small
I can give you a
gentleman.
boost if you need it.
That small lizard, speaking to the ceramic monkey.
Well, he's actually. Never mind. Don't worry about it. He's stuffed.
That's true. That's true. I forgot he fell down the waterfall. I try to keep track of some of your adventures. Not in a creepy way,
If this was a
but in a
TV
loving
show,
father way.
cuts to a highlight of his dad's been here the whole time, like watching us do shit, just
That's
like
it.
following behind.
I know you just
Every
care
time we-
about your dad.
That's right. I'm not a helicopter parent at all. But yeah, he's like, well, let's see. What do I know about him? Alright, are you attempting to influence or discover, or you just want to talk to him and see if he can give you some clues?
My dad?
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Alright.
You're
We
not
don't roll
gonna try to
anything, then.
influence your father.
This
No,
is
it's-
my loving father. If I have to influence him in order for him to tell me about lizard guy over there, we don't have as good of a relationship as I thought.
It's fair. Alright, yeah, I think he'll look him over and he'll say, I believe that the clan Talor, hires the creature called Valahask to come and give stories. He's sort of a necromancer. He can speak with the spirits of the dead, and occasionally it's useful to consult battle-hardened spirits for histories of our greatest battles. The dead have no cause to lie, after all.
We encountered some spirits of the dead and spoke with them, and we're not necromancers.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, we didn't cause that though. We just happened upon it.
Well, some spirits are powerful enough to be present in the world around us. I've never told you this before, Angoric, but there is a tradition among the dwarves. It is called Riverthune, and it is heresy. We follow the teachings of Fulgrit, the Blessed Mother, but some dwarves believe that we should worship our ancestors, and that they still walk amongst us and influence the world around us. Now, of course, I'm not foolish enough to believe that ghosts don't exist, because there's magic and shit, so of course there's ghosts.
Love that. There's magic and shit.
There's
Yeah,
magic and shit.
they go hand in hand.
Of course there's ghosts. But that's usually the spirits of those departed too soon, without fulfilling their purpose. It is our job to see them to their final resting place. Not to use their energy to fuel some kind of crazy spirit voodoo.
I agree. There should be no use of spirits.
But don't tell your mother. Your aunt, on her side, is a very talented practitioner of this Riverthune magic. That's why I never eat her cookies at Christmas. No idea what she laced them with.
What the fuck is Christmas?
I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here.
I thought that was a kind of tea. Yeah.
That's right. That's it.
I don't have a mother, father.
Well, I have a wife, and that means you have a father and a mother.
Okay. If you say so.
I'm definitely not talking about your, like, biological parents.
What happened to my biological parents, father?
Hey yo.
Oh, well, look at the time. I simply must be going.
But the festival's only just begun.
That's okay. I got the desserts that I wanted. They make such good... He's just gone. Okay.
Yeah,
A
that's
little bit
right.
more. Dad. Alright, I think we'll go to Orpheus's turn.
Maybe it was the restroom.
Let's see.
Oh, we'll just wait.
We have not asked this woman anything, correct? We know nothing.
She is
about
fresh.
Her at all.
I mean,
Correct.
she's old,
Correct.
but yeah.
She is the host of the party, and everyone has ignored her thus far. For the first
We're only
hour
round
of the party.
2. We can't, 1 hour per person, Brendan.
Do I know does Orpheus know she's the host of the party? Okay.
No.
I guess. I feel like I'm gonna be like Justin and be like, can somebody remind me how this works? How does it work? Like, obviously I understand, like, I can go up to her and just talk to her, but like, for the whole making a roll to attempt, explain that, how I need to proceed with that.
So you can do, because no one's talked to her yet, you can do a discovery check, which can be just a perception check if you want. But you can do discovery this round and try to find out, like, skills that you can use on her, or a weakness that she has, or a strength that she has. Like, that's one option. Or if you have an idea where you're just like, I don't know why she wouldn't like society, it's like you could just go up and try to influence her with a skill. Now, if it's not a skill that's on this list, I might say that it doesn't work, or it might be a higher check or something. But your goal ultimately is just to get as much influence with as many characters as you can during this roleplay. And we don't know how many times you're going to get to talk to people. Is the big
Okay.
thing.
I'll do a discovery perception check, and I rolled a
Is that secret? Discovery is secret?
Discovery checks are a secret, so
so
I
you roll,
get,
not me.
yeah. You just tell me what.
Well,
the
I didn't
bonus
roll that
is.
good anyway, so fine.
All right, what's your bonus for perception now?
9. Perceptive as fuck, boy.
Sure.
So I'll give you a full description of Bulgra. So her graying hair kind of hangs over one shoulder. She's got several embroidered ribbons commemorating her many deeds over the years, interwoven into this long braid. She smiles very politely, but her expressions are fairly reserved, as someone who's deep in thought most of the time. So you kind of go up and talk to her, and so you rolled perception, so you can kind of try and find out, like, maybe let's find out some of this lady's interests, like what skills I could use to influence her next round. Or you could try to find out resistances, like, I probably should avoid doing this, otherwise it's gonna give me a penalty on my next check. Or you could find a weakness, like maybe she really likes sweets, and like you could just bring that up in the next, like get a bonus. So like, you want to look for, do you want to find out a skill, a resistance, or a weakness?
A weakness.
Weakness. Okay. So you kind of come up and talk to her, and she's like, "Hello, dearie. You're such a handsome young man. I do hope you're having fun at the party."
Come here. Come here. I can hear Sarah talking to Percy. I can hear. Come here.
Scary motorcycles are outside.
Oh, it was very sweet. Come here. But also a little creepy.
Talking like that.
this is a wonderful gathering. Thank you so much for hosting it and putting it all together. This must have taken a lot of work to organize.
Of course. But many hands make light work, dearie. She says, I have so many people helping me at this time. I feel like I barely get a chance to do anything at all. I just sort of exist. But anyways, she says, it's always a pleasure to see a young man who's not a dwarf take interest in our histories. But you talk to her for a little while, and you kind of feel like she appreciates like the fact that Orpheus doesn't know a lot about dwarven history. Like he's not like a scholar or anything, and so she's just like, it's so refreshing to have young people who are interested in learning, and not old codgers who are so set in their ways that they won't learn a new thing until the day they die. So she appreciates anybody who's willing to acknowledge what they don't know, or anybody who is kind of open about their emotions and their backgrounds.
Very woke old lady. Good.
Very woke old lady.
Appreciate her. Also, I like the gender cosplay here. Brendan's playing an old lady and Lorna's playing a man.
Oh, of course, sweetie.
Only on crits and cantrips.
Only on crits and cantrips.
Let me think how I say this. I really enjoy talking to new people and learning interesting things that, like, just even about people's lives and their journeys and where they've been. What led you to be the organizer of this big event that everybody in this community looks forward to so much?
Our people have long been storytellers and historians. And she says it is one of our greatest traditions. And our dwarves are a people steeped in tradition. It is our lifeblood. It is the reason that we are who we are. And she goes on like that for another 20 minutes. And then she goes, oh, and also, I really like parties.
Parties are cool.
She kind of reminds me of my great grandma.
She reminds me of a Hobbit. The sentence like the beginning of Lord. Everything goes back to Rugrats in Paris and Lord of the Rings.
It is my 111th birthday. Check out this cool trick I can
Happy
do.
birthday!
How old is she?
disappears.
Does it say?
Not in this block of text.
Because, like, in her picture, she looks really, really old, and I feel like a lot of non-human creatures age, like, slowly, so if they look old, then they're really old, so...
Yeah, in
Not that-
the actual book, her picture is a little bit less old, I think.
Yeah.
Because this is AI art, obviously, but
Yeah.
it's I think she's still pretty old. I think
Yeah.
it says like she's retired from being like a puppeteer and a showmaster like at this event. So like she's old enough that she doesn't do anything anymore in the community. Like she's just around as like a figurehead kind of for this clan.
She drinking?
She was a politician.
Oh yeah, she's got a whole thing just of straight whiskey.
Cool old lady. Nice.
But, okay, so we learned a few things. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit more information because you actually rolled very well in your perception check.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you that she can be influenced by the society skill.
Nice. And Huang is standing right here listening and kind of like indirectly part of this whole conversation, right? Huang came over and was kind of hanging out.
At the very least, eavesdropping.
So when it comes to your turn, you'll like kind of canonically know all of this more or less.
I'm just trying to help you have a better turn, which on that note, I think unless Brendan thinks I should continue, I feel like I should pass the baton off.
Oh no, you're good. It can be Karu's turn next.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
fun. All right. Cool. I'm talking to a lizard.
You described this guy
talking to a
earlier as small. How big are these creatures? Just so I can
I-
visualize how big
I
these guys
may-
are in
I
comparison.
may have been wrong. Let me double check.
Not that it really matters, but
Okay, no, he is supposed to be medium sized, so I don't know why I said that.
he could
think
be
maybe I thought-
small, medium.
Like a house cat?
No, house cat is tiny sized.
Don't come again.
Telling you. Okay, this is Valahask. I'll give you a description of him. The lizardfolk Valahask has a massive neck frill that usually stays relaxed at his side. It's neatly folded, kind of within his shoulders. And his head and frill have been dotted, like painted, with this colorful pigment that creates a sort of star map on his face. He's kind of got like these dots on his face that kind of creates this map. And you notice in conversations with people, whenever he's excited or surprised, his neck frill kind of wants to like pop out a little bit. But he kind of is wearing this dark, sleeveless robe. It's kind of belted above his tail. And then he's kind of got a lot of bone-related jewelry on. There's like knuckle bones and stuff hanging off of his necklaces, and he's got like little rings that look like pieces of bone that have been carved. And he's like kind of talking to them a little bit as he's sitting there by himself a little. He's kind of like sifting through the bones. You know, he's very fortune teller-esque. But he's sort of just doing this, not even realizing that Karu's there. He's like, yes, I do. I think I can hear them speaking to me. What are they saying? What are they saying? Stories of old.
Hear anything good down there?
I did not expect that. You know what? I think last time you said I made him sound kind of German. I don't remember what I was saying. He's like,
I think it was. I think he was German.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Yes,
German as
yeah, that
Boston,
sounds
and
right.
then old.
who is this creature? Who are you? Where have you come from?
He whispers in the normal accent, or like an English accent, but
Hello. That's right. When no one else is around, he speaks English.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a joke.
That's right.
Oh,
I am a
it's a
scientist. What do you want from me? No.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
There you go. He says, "Have you come to hear from the bones?"
It
Oh
has
my
been a
God.
while. It is time. But no, I'm looking about this party, and you do seem like probably the most interesting person here. So please, what's your deal?
What's your deal?
What's your deal?
What is your deal?
An insightful question from a young creature
No.
such as yourself.
Really small.
So small. Ah. He says, I am... Valahask is many things. I am bone speaker for my tribe. I am archaeologist. I am a journalist, seeker of truth. I am sometimes necromancer, as you call.
Is that why you stand here by yourself?
The bones,
Do others cast you down for your practices?
the bones speak quietly. The dwarves speak loudly.
Oh, but their thoughts, they ring loud.
Yes. Indeed they do. Do I feel like I know you from somewhere? Have we met before?
Perhaps. What sort of circles do you run in?
Your aura as one laced with destiny. I would very
Okay.
much like to see your future.
Now you're trying to sell me something.
Perhaps. Anything can be sold.
Well, if you've got good fortune on the market, I will gladly buy.
Okay. What are you thinking? Are you thinking influence? You thinking discover?
I'm thinking I could influence him with some fun occultism stuff.
All right, we'll do some
Very
occultism.
Because we already did Karu already did discovery for this guy, right? Like that was the reason we know that is from
Huang
Karu.
did.
Huang, excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. And I'm invasively in all your heads, so I just.
Well, we
Yeah,
kind of
talk-
we colluded.
Oh, okay. We had a group meeting.
Yeah.
quick one. Tucker,
Intruder. Kill.
possibly. It's the police.
Do you know Sarah? We tried to reach her about a warrant for her arrest, and she hung up on us.
That's right. Okay. You're trying to influence, so this is your check. Actually, you get to make this one.
Oh, I get to? Okay, sweet.
Big money, no whammies.
Big money, no whammies.
All right, natty 19.
Fuck yeah.
That is going to be awesome. Okay, that is a 31.
Okay. All right.
He loves
So
you.
I think he says, "Wait, I do know you." He
I
says,
know that place.
Your destiny. Your destiny is one that is intertwined with this group of friends that you've made. He says,
Aye, they are a means to an end.
Whoa.
I think,
Oh.
and I think you guys talk a little bit a while about occult topics. Like he likes to talk about
It's getting real dark.
yeah, no, I think he's
It's Call of
he's
Cthulhu.
like discussing traditions. So like for his people, it's very normal to keep bodies around for their potential usefulness after death. And he's like, and lizard folk are also known to partake in the eating of some of these bodies if things are kind of rough and things like that. And it's like, you talk about that, and he's like, maybe he talks a little bit. He's like, I was once from a jungle. A ways from here, and then maybe if you you talk a little bit about being from a jungle as well, and maybe you guys kind of chat about that for a little while. But yeah, you talk to him for a while, and I'm gonna give you 2 influence points towards him.
Sweet.
Maybe you find out he's directly responsible for the death of your family. I don't know. Maybe it could all.
No.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Bum,
Maria, get
bum,
in here.
bum. That's right. Gnome up his ass. Okay.
Episode title: Gnome up his ass.
All right. It is Huang's turn. Don't worry, guys. This is almost the end of the second round. We only have 14 rounds of this conversation to go.
Oh no.
I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, it's a 14-hour party.
That's right.
That's a party.
Yeah, that's just evening at the Swain's house.
Yeah.
I was just saying. It's
Exactly.
only if you stay for the after party.
It's at the same location, and there's no clear break, but at a certain
Yeah.
point, it is.
It is Huang's turn. So again, your options are to try and discover more about this kindly old lady, or to try and influence her in some way.
Are you still a fox?
Yes.
Okay. Can
Which-
fox speak? I guess I didn't. Okay.
It's a humanoid sort of fox.
She's a kitsune. She's a humanoid fox.
Okay. Okay.
I guess try and learn more from her. I don't know. I figured sounds like she likes honest doofuses, which is what I am. So
Yeah.
So-
So if there's a skill that you want to try to influence her with, you can try. Like otherwise, you could do like perception, like Lorna did, to try and get some more information about her.
I don't have I feel like a lot of like good skills in that sense.
Do you have any society? I think we learned society might work on her.
Yeah, I don't think I have that, but
Okay, that's fair. I don't.
You also,
either.
you don't have to talk to her. You're not locked into that by any means. You can go back
That's
and
true,
talk
too.
to Valahask or talk to Rhea.
Yeah, I don't have any society. I don't know. Do we need to know anything else about anybody else before?
We don't really know if there's like we as players assume that something is coming potentially, and so that's why we're trying to influence people. But I would say like in
Yeah.
character, we're just kind of casually making conversation and trying to learn more about people and make people like us. But yeah, I mean, if you were standing there listening to Orpheus speak with Bulgra and realize that maybe you don't have a lot to talk to her about, like your turn is like over an hour long, so you could like certainly like meander over to someone else, like Rhea or Rosha, or back up to Valahask. Rhea is currently by herself. I mean, she's probably got people around her, but she's currently not with any of us. We kind of think
I
we've
know it's
already
going
influenced
sideways,
her. Go ahead, sorry.
But could I like use deception to convince her I've got society skills? Like make her think I'm more powerful than I am?
I mean,
Well, it's not necessarily society skills. I think it would be
Yeah.
more of your
Well,
knowledge
status or
of
whatever,
the
yeah.
society.
But could I use deception to like trick her into that or no?
I'd say you could try to use deception as a skill. You just don't know. That hasn't been on the list of things that you guys think will work here.
I mean, you, as far as your character is concerned, you meet all the criteria that she likes. Like you're willing and happy to learn, and you are not a dwarf and don't know like all of the dwarven culture. So if there's
Yeah.
like, even if there's something that's not society that you think might, like diplomacy might be, like we don't know. Like I think Brennan's probably got like a list of things that could potentially work, but like diplomacy might be something halfway decent to talk to her about.
Yeah.
I just don't have that either, so.
That's fair. Yeah.
I say you do know that I mean like Valhask was occultism or medicine. You guys tried I think society also on Rhea before.
What are your like top skills again, Sarah?
Nature, deception, survival, stealth, athletics.
Run around.
Deception, you might Ygritte kind of seems like a I mean he likes to make fun of people and like be, you know, haha, make fun, you know, talking to people. Like that's, I don't know if that's deceptive exactly, that might be a reach, but there's potential if you want to go point and laugh at someone with him. That's something. I don't know.
That'll do it.
I was like, who the fuck was that? That was really good. That was just the right, that was the same volume as everyone, so
Yeah.
you could probably also do, you said you don't have any arcana, right? You just said nature, 'cause
No.
that's your how you do your magic is through your nature thing. I don't know if we've learned that anyone else is super in tuned with nature necessarily. I don't think that that's been a discovery
No.
necessarily.
I've got a decent thing in nature.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, like other,
Yeah.
like the NPCs. I don't think any of
Yeah,
them are
that's
like
fair.
super influenced by
Elnat
nature.
and Huang should just hang out during the party.
Yeah.
Talk about nature.
Talk about plants. Dope.
It's very neat. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like
You can always just
yeah,
roll perception on someone and see if you can figure out more about them. Like, you don't have to influence anyone. You can just
Yeah.
help kind of discern what people like. Like, I
I
don't think
think
there's
I
any harm
do
in that.
fit her what she likes, so I'll roll perception to talk to her.
So you're trying to discover more about her?
Yeah.
All right, I will roll. What is your bonus?
11.
You have a plus 11 to perception?
Uh-huh.
Nice. Hell yeah.
All right.
Really wise in the way of things.
Very wise. So so the options are kind of, you've already found out what her weaknesses are, what you want to talk to her about. So you could still get a resistance, like something to avoid talking to her about, or you could just learn what skills that you can use to influence her.
I feel like skills to influence her.
So I already told you
Society.
that society would work. I'll also tell you that if anyone is good at crafting, and she's a retired puppeteer, so they can talk to her about the like the
Where was she during
intricacies-
9/11?
intricacies of I don't know intricacies of crafting these items. I was like, or if anyone is an entertainer in your group and wants to put on an acrobatics
Performance.
show, she would appreciate that.
Would that be? Are you saying acrobatics or performance there?
Acrobatics.
Okay.
Nice.
Watch me do this flip. Wow, you're cool.
Look what I can do.
Parkour.
So
Yeah.
so maybe you
Of course.
talk to her. You talk to her for a little while, and she's just kind of just like, oh, we used to have so many more shows and these events, but I've gotten too old to do my puppeteering, and we couldn't get a hold of the flying daggers this year.
I'm like, oh, is it the arthritis? Is that why it's harder to hold?
No.
The fuck? What
And
the
then she
fuck is
says-
arthritis?
She says, of course I'm kidding, dear. Say, I am getting much older, so yes, it's much more difficult to hold these intricate puppets. My grandson is not nearly as interested in these things as I am.
And I tell her that I'm a master tea maker, and I give her not Christmas tea this time, but a little special brew. It's anti-inflammatory. Little turmeric.
Oh, there you go.
There you
Little
go.
turmeric.
Turmeric and black pepper and a fat for bioavailability. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Thank you, Orpheus.
It's like, gosh, I hope there's no turmeric in this. I'm terribly allergic. Oh no. All right. Okay. So that was round 2 of this influence encounter that we're getting. You guys got to keep the Austin, keep the energy up. Let's go. Let's go.
I'll find a better
Right.
song here. Oh, no.
Pump
they
up,
are-
jam, pump it up. Set me in
Exactly.
the corner.
Third act party music.
Set me in the spot. like-
Tavern dance.
Losing my religion.
Yeah, what he said.
All right. Let's see
what
here.
Oh, Nitro is dangerous. All right, are we just jumping to round 3, or is there maybe something that happens in between 2 and 3? Any other changes to the party atmosphere besides them turning on LMFAO?
It's a house party.
Uh-oh. Something's
All right.
happening. Initiative is wiped and the screen is black.
Oh no! Did that take out the initiative?
Yeah,
Oh no!
Mm.
I can go back and tell
Shouldn't
you
have
though.
done that.
I can go back in the video and tell you.
I should not-
Whoa.
We've been gone too long, man.
Let me know if you need me to tell you the initiative, Brendan.
Let's see.
It's Walkroon, Elnat,
Elnat,
Angoric,
Orpheus.
Angoric, then Orpheus, then Karu, then Huang.
All right. Are you guys seeing the second map yet?
It is black.
Oh no.
Do you want us to switch to a map?
Nope. Hold on. I need to reveal.
I'll
the
put it on
background, I
this. Hello. We're on this camera now. Oh,
All in this
oh my
together.
God! Look at all these humans. Where did all these tall folk come from?
think.
Oh, the two boys.
Whoa!
So the
Invasion.
the party
Whoa.
sort of migrates inside, and they
Okay.
they bring everybody in, and then there's tables set up for food to be served at. There's kind of like a buffet style, lots of famous dwarven fare, some stone stew. There's
Stone stew.
yeah, stone stew.
Okay.
Of course, there's no real rocks harmed in the making of the stew, but
Oh, okay.
Vegan
there's some,
stone stew.
That rocks for
there's
many.
some seafood from our friend the Trigellin Pearl
Seafood?
Cask.
Oh, Trigellin. Yeah, we're eating crab.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's
He's
that
he's
crab we
those
saved.
crab slaughter.
Back on the menu.
It's like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Seafood. Seafood.
What a good line. Okay. But yeah, so they bring everybody inside and sort of like
song
Yeah,
actually
there's-
fits fairly
They
well.
announce that dinner's ready. Everybody begins gathering at numerous tables to secure seats near friends and family. Once the guests are all seated, they announce and carry in multiple courses popular at various points in High Helm's history. Favorites include the Blessings of First Light. When the dwarves first arrived and saw the light,
Yeah.
they got lightly spiced roast boar. It's
Okay.
supposedly one of the first circus meals that people were able to eat.
Just a little bit of salt. Pinch.
They've got bass fritters, all the way from Lake Incarthen.
Wow. I don't-
Everybody here knows all the
yeah,
geography, the
I'm
world.
very
war. Okay,
familiar
that's
with Lake and Carthen. It's like
cool. They
Far away.
yeah, they serve wakashabas,
like
which
Wakashiba.
I assume is one of
Bong. You know about this? Where you're from?
Walkerin's favorites. No.
Oh. Yeah. What's that?
Did you like wakashabas? We have
Yeah.
it every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you just for everyone else's purpose, if you want to share what that is.
Walker loves to spell it too.
Yeah, wakashabas is a squash soup.
Oh.
With a very eclectic spice blend that fell out of
Yeah.
favor in 1551. So they've been
Yeah.
serving this dish for like hundreds of years,
Yeah.
even though it's no longer popular.
I just love
Um,
squash.
They've got baskets of Better Never bread.
Is that the brand name?
That's the name of the bread. It's Better Never. It's a coarse biscuit that comes from a defeated culture, and it's just not very tasty. Like nobody.
We still eat their
likes-
food is almost like a disrespectful
Exactly.
thing. This food
Everyone
sucks.
exactly. Well, that's what they're serving historical dishes for the sake of preserving the history behind them.
Yeah.
And you
Makes
see people,
sense.
everyone has to take a little bit of it, take a little bit of a bite and acknowledge that they've
They won.
experienced it
We
before
won.
that they- yeah,
This is what we
exactly.
eliminated. This feels like the kind of episode that we should have done in person, and you and Sarah secretly cooked all of this for us. And right now
Yeah.
you would be carting it out to us.
That's right. I've got some roast boar and Incarthen beef bass fritters.
All right, well, that makes it really
That
easy
was a
then.
night.
I'm getting hungry now.
All right, so everybody has to pick who they're kind of sitting next to for this feast. Who
Part
you
of
gonna
me
talk
wants to say
I-
that we would have sat together.
I mean, it's fair. I'm just saying. I would imagine the NPCs are probably not all sitting together.
Yeah, I agree. The RP in me, the roleplay, the in character would think that we've kind of exhausted our social battery a little bit. Let's go back to the people we know, sit and eat with the people we know, and then we'll go back and talk to other people after. But the meta in me is clearly like, no. We should just go sit with these random NPCs and eat dinner with them and continue to talk and influence them. So, I don't know what to do. I think at the very least we would sit together and have Rhea sit with us, because she's like the one that brought us together. Like, we're her group,
Gang.
Gang. But I don't know, what is everybody else feeling? In character, out of character? What's the vibe?
I was thinking that I would still kind of sit next to,
Yeah, Ynir?
Ygrin.
You keep
Yeah.
making fun of people with him?
Yeah.
He's just labeled as creature now. No, I don't know everyone's name. Everyone's just creature.
I had to pull up the Google Doc too.
I don't know why. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like a dinner actually with him, especially since he just likes to make fun of people. Like, I could just imagine you two sitting at the dinner table and just like pointing at people, like making fun of them and stuff. Like, in a good way to just, get on his side. I feel like you're faking it, but it's like a good faking it, Like faking it to get on his side type thing.
Yeah.
Elnat would 100% do that, legit.
Maybe. We wouldn't know. I mean, we wouldn't know about it. I guess unless he was sitting at a table right next to us. Look at that
Elnat
stupid
would
orc.
100% do that too.
He definitely wouldn't he's not gonna necessarily talk shit. It's all gonna be like superficial stuff that it's not like it's like it's not gonna hurt anyone's. Like, people aren't gonna look down on people. It's just gonna be,
Yeah,
like I said, just kind of superficial shit.
Okay, so Elnat wants to sit with Ygrin. And Gorik, what were you thinking? I think your dad ran away.
My dad left. I think I'd sit with Bulgra. Respect for the elders and whatnot.
Okay. Orpheus, what are you thinking? By the way, Wakroon is thinking if any of us sit together, he'll go join. But if everyone sits with NPCs, he'll go find someone to sit with. But what are you thinking, Orpheus? Dinner. We're at a dinner party now. Where are people sitting?
I kind of want to talk to how do you say it? Ygrin?
Ygrin.
Oath Carver. I've not talked to him yet.
Okay, cool. Karu, what's your vibe? Keep talking to old Knucklebones, or
I don't know. I got really good influence on Knucklebones already.
I do agree. You guys have been vibing. Eat
Yeah.
the chicken and then talk to the chicken bones or something. I don't know how it works.
I could try and get more influence with him. He could be useful later. Yeah, Karu's very pragmatic. Can't do that.
Huang, what's your vibe?
Oh, I feel like always keep talking to Bulgra.
Go sit with Volgra.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that leaves 2 people, and you would think that maybe I try to get them to both sit at the same table with me, but I feel like Rhea is the exact opposite of what Rosha would like. Rosha is very introverted and quiet, and Rhea is the absolute opposite of that. It's so dumb that I would feel anything for either of them because they're both fake, but I feel bad for Rosha, or I feel bad for Rhea if I just leave her alone. But then Rosha, Rosha is very introverted. She probably doesn't want to sit with anybody anyway. So I'm going to go sit with Rhea, but maybe like pass by Rosha and give her like a wave or something, like a head nod, like an acknowledge, like, what's up? So I'm going to go.
Hey, I know you.
I'll go sit with Rhea.
Pull out a sheet of paper and wink.
She
Guys, this little
character
inside
sheet.
joke.
Yeah, that's good.
Callback. All right. What do you think? It's Walkroon's turn. Then.
Okay, so so I think I'd sit with Rhea, and if we're like getting our food or whatever, I know that you're as big of a fan of stories as anyone here, but man, there's a lot to talk about, isn't there? So many people, so many stories.
It's true.
Okay.
You shot-
Does she say anything, or she just got a mouthful of food?
She's like, I love this never better bread.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that. I've eaten it all my life, but I don't really know the story behind it. Why do they call it Better Never Bread? Is that like a brand name, or is it just because you'll never find anything better never?
Exactly. It's
Just-
it's better. It's better to never have it. That's what they say. But
Better than never have it, as in it's bad for you.
Yes.
Oh, very poisonous. Okay.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
very-
it's so good
very
that
bad
nothing
bread.
compares and everything tastes like dirt.
Okay. I'm having a great time here. I did speak over there with Rosha for a little bit, and you're right. She really doesn't like the Tigran over there. He's a real chip off the old block. But it looks like we got Elnat and Orpheus over there talking to him. Have you been
Did
enjoying
you
yourself
win,
though?
Mama?
No, I don't think so. Careful, he's a real.
Oh,
I've heard that he really likes to poke fun at people and maybe takes it a little bit too far. So I'm gonna try to stay out of his crosshairs for now, because I'm pretty easy to make fun of. Or at least the rest of my group seems to say that, at least. Uh,
Is it because you ugly mug?
what? Well, at least I
No,
don't
no.
have a topaz hair, you freak. Bye, Dylan.
Wait a minute. She cast lightning bolt. No. Just kidding.
I dodge. Yeah, no, but I'm having a great time. Again, I want to thank you for bringing us all together here. We've had quite the adventure. And then I'm going to try to
Of course.
influence her with diplomacy, I think.
Okay.
And that's the actual check. All right, we'll use the metal die. Not the greatest, but still going to be decent. That will be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
That'll do it.
It really is.
That's weird. All right. So that'll do it. Sounds like it's probably another success there towards the influence. But Rhea is really she's like, you know what?
Sweet
I don't
talking
care
me.
what your friends say about you. Well, Kun, you're a nice guy.
I appreciate
We
that.
should be friends. And she like reaches out her hand to shake your hand.
And I use the same hand so that it's awkward when we go in to shake hands, or like, you know what I mean?
That's not how you do it.
Oh, sorry, I've had a few to drink this evening. And he switches hands and shakes her hand.
She switches hands at the same time you do.
Ah!
Oh,
Cheeky bastard.
All right, finger guns instead. Finger guns.
Finger guns.
You know what guns are? It's like these.
She pulls out his rifle. Like, what's this?
Holy shit! He's getting down! Everybody get down!
Roll for initiative.
That's right.
Everyone's on initiative.
He's got a gun. He's never purposely hit something.
I think I did once. I
Maybe.
mostly made loud
Maybe.
sounds.
Not crit, though.
It was not a crit. It wasn't worth it, but it looked cool in my head. This is all make believe.
All right. So Elnat, what kind of conversation are you having with Ygrin here?
Let's see. Could continue spreading some rumors. I would let's see. If I spread rumors, I would probably start doing more people kind of throughout the city. Would probably also try and I was gonna say have them be part of the Fulgrit clan, or like the worshippers of Fulgrit, since he's probably not a big fan of them. But I don't want to go too much. Actually, no. I'm gonna be asking him for some shit
Rumors?
talking. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of stuff have you heard?
Okay.
Do you need a skill on that? Like a okay.
Yeah. What are you trying to influence him now? Or are you still trying to discover?
Actually, I'll try. Let me get my words right here. I want to learn what topics to avoid.
Okay. Do you want to try and discover something else? Are you still going to do
Let's do.
perception, or are you going to do religion? Or what are you thinking?
I'll do perception.
Okay. So what's your
That's a
perception bonus?
+8.
+8.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So you guys you're chatting a little bit more. And I think he's telling you maybe some rumors from around town. Did you hear about the milkmaid who fell in love with the priest? You know, just like some different stuff around town. Just like different different people who have supposedly gotten in trouble. I think he's quite enjoying the conversation. So so last time you learned that if you pick out somebody for him to kind of harass, that'll distract him enough to give you kind of a bonus. Basically, the more that you talk to him, the more you realize that he's not interested in having like a real conversation, like with facts. Like, it's like if you try to have a logical debate with him, then he's just gonna disengage. Like he's one of those guys who thinks he knows what he knows, and like that's the only truth. And so like if you try to include facts of any kind in the argument, like he's just going to close up. So to avoid doing that in the future. Don't talk to him about, because like even if you talk to him about religious stuff and more than him about something specific, he's still just gonna like try to shut you down.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio and Django.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Cool.
He's very he's like, you talk to him for a while, and this is a very bigoted, prejudiced guy. Like he's got his own opinions, and he's
one
got,
of those
he's better than everybody else.
Yeah.
What do you mean, one of those types?
Exactly what I said.
One of those people. The ones that grow horns.
Types.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so that's the information that you get. We will bump along to Angoric,
So, Bulgra,
whose father has abandoned the party.
Happens.
She says, "What's that?
have you heard?
I'm sorry?
Have you heard?
Have I heard what?
Of our stories.
About the bird?
Have I heard your stories?
Yeah.
No. Are you my grandson?"
Bulgra, we've had this conversation 7 times already. No, I'm not your grandson.
Oh, you remind me of him for some reason.
Was your grandson a dwarf?
Yes.
I don't see where the resemblance comes into play.
Well, he always frowned.
I don't frown.
Oh. You must be thinking of someone else.
But have you heard?
Have I heard what?
That we adventured with Crohan.
The bird is the word?
No, Bulgra, pay attention.
What?
We found the old clan to Lord Dagger.
You what?
We found the old clan to Lord Dagger.
What did you say? Who told you to speak of this?
No one told me to speak of this. We just found the dagger.
You would bring up my greatest shame in my house
Well, it's
on
found.
the day of the festival?
On the day of my daddy's wedding.
On the day of my daddy's wedding?
You come talk to me
She
on
goes,
the day of my daddy.
I have not heard from my grandson Crohan in many, many years.
Well,
I did not expect to hear of him now.
he is attempted to redeem himself. He found the old king's dagger. He said something about loving his grandmother very much.
I'd like to hear that from him,
Well, if you
not from a green stranger.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
I'm gonna put the Bulgara summarization. Racist.
Old.
Okay. And I say, you want to see what this green skin can do? And I'm going to attempt to use acrobatics to do a backflip.
Whoa. From
That's-
sitting to backflip. That's awesome.
That's so
Sitting
gangster.
backflip.
He just holds the chair and does a backflip in the chair.
The whole
Maybe.
booth.
Yeah.
He flips the entire booth.
That's an orc
Nat
strike.
20.
No!
20?
Fuck.
Hell yeah.
It's a triple backflip.
What is that total?
20.
20?
You have 0 in acrobatics? That's amazing. I guess you are an orc.
I didn't realize that as I started this. But yeah.
So that was about probably the only way
Yes.
you were making it.
She looks at you very closely. Says, "How did you know one of my weaknesses was acrobatics?"
Bulgra, I've known you my entire life.
Oh, that's fair. Because are you one of the flying daggers?
No, I'm not.
They wouldn't have me.
It seems impossible that you are just sitting here 1 second and then doing a backflip the next.
I'm a man of many impossibilities.
Man of what?
Many impossibilities.
What?
He says, sometimes I believed as many as 3 impossible things before breakfast.
Gosh.
Yep.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
just good living.
Well,
Oh my god.
There we go.
Oh my god.
I'll admit, that was more impressive than I thought it was going to be. I'll have to give you 1 influence for that.
Good. Now,
What? You want more?
tell me. Why is Ygritte here?
That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Well, he's
Hey,
important.
Grin, my chagrin.
There's this whole priesthood, and we have to invite all the important priests.
Yeah, but it's Ygritte.
Well, I told my niece, who is writing all the invitations by hand, it took many hours. But I told her, I was like, if some of them get lost, it's okay. And she's an idiot.
To imagine that this party that everyone in the entire city is invited to, they handwrite
Ygritte
invitations
didn't
too.
invite-
Well, they
You guys
handwrite
received
invitation.
handwritten invitations.
That's true. I feel like, is there anybody who didn't?
Understood, bullcrap. I would have gotten the wink wink.
She says, looks you up and down.
I'm too old, but back in my
No.
days.
She goes, are you a performer of some kind?
I do play some basilisk ball.
Maybe you'll have to perform some for us later.
I saluted her.
She says, I don't care for that.
I'll pass it on to the next person.
Okay.
Let's not go political.
Let's not get political though. Orpheus, what do you want to say to Ygritte as he and Elnats kind of giggle and laugh about people around town and their misfortunes?
It's a real dick squad over there. at that table.
Having probably the most fun, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Did you pull up the thing, the cheat sheet?
Cheat sheet?
Uh-huh.
It's cheat sheet? Oh shit.
Wait, we could cheat? Fuck!
Wait,
You're talking to Ygritte.
I know. I just wanted
He's
to
a
read it.
dickhead. People don't like him. He is a poo-poo head. Strongfit is his deity, rival to
Oh,
Fulcrum.
that's what was happening.
Likes to pick on people, find a target to pick on, and Gorik has a huge penis by rumor. Judgmental look. Rumor his hair is so far back because horns grow from his head.
Which is
Like,
ridiculous because
not
dwarves don't
good.
have horns.
Something that took place last year that people are upset
We,
about.
They're not Urgles.
we know that Ygritte doesn't like to be spoken to about actual topics.
Yeah,
He's-
if
he's
it's,
a
if it's
know-it-all.
got logic, it's not for him.
He's basically everyone's racist uncle.
He knows everything and wants to make fun of everyone.
Yep.
I should have given a yeehaw voice.
Yeah. I've thought about ways to describe him multiple times that I just haven't said. But I'm just like, you know what? Crits and cantrips. Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Gosh.
He's got a great plan.
Whoop! There it is. He moves his head at the most opportune times.
Nobody is sitting with Rosha.
She's an introvert. We thought that she would vibe with that the most. I had to
I
choose
see.
Rhea or Rosha, and I
That's not
chose.
true. Bao was sitting with her.
I feel like,
She hates it.
I feel like Orpheus would not really want to like bro out on this conversation with Ygrin, and so I think I might use
Pick up
the
your tray.
beginning of my hour turn to like walk away and go over here when I see
Nice.
who I thought might be the love of my life, but is not, Rosha, sitting alone. And I'd go over here and I'd be like, Baby, is a casual now. And I'd be like, gosh, this is a very, loud kind of, wow, my brain is Swiss cheese tonight, folks.
I feel that.
This party is kind of a lot, and that conversation with Ygrin was a little bit more than I could stomach, so I hope you don't mind. I came over here to sit with you. I feel like we had a good conversation earlier. I cannot see I can't see Ygrin. Let me see her. Thank you.
I think she sort of nods and she says, "Sure. Sit down. There's always more room at the table. Sure."
Water.
Molto bene.
I'll go down and see what's going on.
Come on
No,
to my house. I'm good.
So she says, "Sure, sit down." She says, I suppose it's nice to have some company. What do you want to talk about? Oh gosh, see, that was just too long of a pause. I just, oh gee.
When you walk by, I tell you, I tap on your arm. She likes tattoos. As I see you walk, it's like she likes tattoos. She likes tattoos. But I tell you that when you walk by. Not that it's anything that you can. Yeah, I don't know if that's useful at all.
Booze.
I used Arcana to influence her, but that's the only thing that I know.
I think I want to say,
I want to say,
you're not helping. God, I'm really struggling.
You talked to her the first part of the party, and she kind of implied that, like, you know, the drinks weren't strong enough and stuff that you guys were drinking.
Do we have drinks in our hand right now? Or could I have sneaked and she could have gotten some beverages and brought them over and been like, I saw.
Are you gonna like sit down and like seriously drink with her at this table? Like while there's
I wanna. The only thing I think about today apparently is Lord of the Rings, so I wanna do like a Legolas and Gimli like style.
Okay.
That's right.
And be like, so you want to go head to head this party? I don't think I can stomach being around this many people without a few more drinks. You want to go head to head? And I like put some mug. I'm like a girl at Oktoberfest. I brought over like 17 steins. Like
there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to do then maybe a fortitude save? Try and influence her. See how much you can drink.
I can try. There it is. Where's my thing? I mean, my dice. My dices. Okay.
What'd you roll?
A natural 10. I might use my hero point on that one if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna do that.
So now there's a multiverse where you walk over and drink the first drink and then splash down in the Never Better Bread.
Man, I've been rolling just like absolute poop the last several times I've played. This time I rolled a unnatural 12.
Okay. Good, much better. Okay.
Much better.
All right.
Unnatural 10.
So I think I think
And
Orpheus is
therefore
gonna
I
come out
am
of this a
dead.
little bit drunk. I think Orpheus is gonna get a little woozy and kind of start slowing down long before the beautiful Rosha Coppervein does. Pounding him back, pounding him back, pounding him back. And she goes, "Well, you didn't know you was drinking with one of the blue waters, did ya?"
God.
She's just like showing off her magical tattoos and stuff, and she's getting a little friendlier as the drinks kind of go on. She's getting a little more extrovert, a little more out of her shell.
He's gonna have an affair with you.
No, I just want to be like, whoa, that's some beauty, and I want to not even. That's some really. That's stunning. That ink. Could you? I want to see it closer. Could you tell me about it?
That was really good.
Yeah, I can tell you about it. I can tell you about it.
I
He
can
goes-
tell you about it.
He goes, "You want to see? I got some good tattoos. Yeah, these are all for show. You know."
Talking like Harley Quinn.
Like
Things
that.
are-
love hunts pudding.
You want to see my tattoos?
Okay, we will flash to Karu. See what he's up to.
Thanks for sticking with me, fam. That's wow.
Wow.
That's
was
my
good.
best week.
That was good. You do a really good drunk.
And now for something completely different.
Now for something completely different. The
Bones.
cursed doll person is talking to the necromancer lizard.
And that's
check
about
in with
all
them.
that needs to be said.
And Bob, how are they doing over there? All right. So yeah, I think Valhask would have invited you to come along with him to the table, and he's sort of like speaking to the bones again, but you can interrupt him at any time and kind of chat with him a little bit if you want.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy's just kind of talking about his thing that he likes to talk about. It's kind of hard to interject with your own thing that doesn't have anything to do with raising the dead. And I'll open up the waters, I guess, a little bit with a. So you wanna see how I patch myself up?
You want to see your word?
Do you see? I used to have to do it with what's that called, line and gut. But now, yeah, no. It's also been a long day. But now I just got the old I don't know, needle and thread. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I got this spool here, and it works wonders. I mean, yeah, it's a little magical, but it gets the job done. Still fairly mundane.
That is incredibly unique. In my line of work, I do have to reconstruct creatures to look like they were when they were alive. It is interesting that your physical stature appears to be perhaps not so one-to-one, much larger simian form. I would love to know more about you and how you became what you are.
Dr. Jones.
Dr. G.
Uh, It's really not a pretty story, and one that's bathed in my miscomings and misadventures. Really, just the worst kind of story for a party such as this.
Perfect.
But under such such unique company as you, I wouldn't mind spelling a few details. But really, the long and short of it is that you really shouldn't make pacts with entities you know nothing of. Really try to stay within your lane if you can help it.
I understand completely. Okay. You trying to influence him again? You just going down a similar route?
Yeah, I figured I tried occultism last time, and instead of doing the same thing again, I can do medicine this time.
Sure.
Oh, and I get to roll this one. This one isn't sick.
Yeah, no, that's it's a you. Oh,
Sweet.
you.
Not as good. 15.
15. Okay. So I think maybe he tries to talk to you for a little while about, various anatomies of dead creatures, and you maybe don't know as much about some of the things that he's talking about. And after a while, he just kind of, like you said, he seems more interested in talking, and like having you listen than he does in actually having a conversation with you. Maybe you feel like that wasn't as successful as the last round.
Definitely.
But okay. What about Huang? What are you thinking? Hanging out with Bolger Veldalo.
I think we keep talking about her puppetry skills. Really want to invoke that passion of that.
Do you have a craft skill or performance or anything like that?
Not really, to be honest with you. I've got 1 in performance. +1 in performance.
Yeah, give one of them a roll.
Let's do it.
Or try to perceive again, but I don't know how much more we're going to learn about this person.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we could learn her resistances. Or the things she hates.
That's true.
Probably more productive use
You
of my
also...
turn, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we
I will
already
tell
kind of
you
decided.
that I think you've inadvertently stumbled upon that with Angoric's conversation with her.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing else
He does not
to
want to
learn
talk
from them?
about Krohan and his great shame.
Great shame. So there's nothing else to learn from her then?
Right. No, you basically learned from Angoric's conversation with her that she was the one who banished Krohan from the clan, so she doesn't want to talk about him.
So talk about.
So talk about it?
Yeah, talk about him.
Yeah. Mechanically, bad idea.
Yes.
You could always come over to any other. I mean, do we know any of Ria's resistances? I don't know if we do.
How much have we learned about Valahask? I mean, can we learn more about him too?
You probably could. You could meander back over there, especially since you kind of already have the initial rapport with him.
Yeah.
Because what Karu just did, we think maybe wasn't as successful. He tried to gain some more info or influence him some more.
In the little expression that you can see on Karu's face, you can see he's zoned the fuck out. He is even for his non-face, it's still
non-face.
Yeah, it's very much more non-faced.
Yeah, I'll go over to Valahask. If someone will move me.
Got you.
And yeah, I'll just do a perception check on Valahask.
Okay. She's come back.
That's a secret check, right?
Oh, that's true. What is your perception bonus?
11.
That's right. Very perceptive fox.
Okay. What did you want to know? You already know a couple of skills that you can use against him or use for him. You trying to learn resistances or weaknesses?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Which one?
Weaknesses.
Alrighty. He has a particular weakness for maybe you say something funny, or you catch the end of a joke or something as you're kind of coming up to him, and you notice that he kind of laughs. He's kind of got a little weakness towards people playing pranks. Like he just thinks that like crude humor is super funny.
Oh, where is people?
That's amazing.
Wait till he hears about the Christmas tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Truly.
So
So-
okay, that's some more information that you can use to kind of inform the next round. So as you're all kind of sitting there, a dwarf wearing a chef hat comes out and announces, "Dessert is served." And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Nice. But did we see the dessert coming out? Do we have any idea what it is?
Oh yeah, you got some ideas.
Is it cake pops?
Yep.
Oh, the cake pop from Starbucks. Is that a cake pop from Starbucks?
All right. Thanks
Cool.
everybody for
All right.
watching.
Yeah.
We're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition here again in a couple weeks.
Bye.
Tune in next week though, if you want to see a Starfinder game.
Pew
Yeah.
pew. Pew pew.